Okay, so people that have gone to the next plane, Jerry, people like that.
Yeah.
Does Jerry do anything, because he was such a part of everything going on here, before he left or after he left? Does he have focus on staying relevant to the Abraham?
Oh, endlessly. He stays in that high-flying place always because he's croaked. That's what we do.
Okay, if he didn't do something or focus in that way, would he still be there? Does that make any sense? In other words, I want to be around when my baby's 55, 60.
What you're actually saying is,
Yes.
Does Jerry have interest? Yes, keen interest. Well, if he didn't have interest, would he still have interest? That's the question that you just asked. If he didn't have interest, would he still have interest? And we say, we can't answer that circular question.
If he didn't
We
intentionally
can say to you
do
that the
anything.
momentum of Jerry's life experience would cause him to have interest in what's going on here for as long as you could fathom time to be. He's dovetailed with the interest that he felt even before he came into this physical life experience, picked up the momentum from everything that was in his vortex and everything that was added to it with Esther and all of you. In other words, the interest is so keen that he never takes his eyes off of it, never stops thinking about it. And anytime Esther wants to tap into what he thinks about it, he's right there ready to meet her on any subject, anytime. There's never any lag. In other words, talk about being in the receptive mode. All you got to do is croak and you're right there all the time. But your question is not just about the receptive mode. Your question is about the interest. And we want to say to you that the interest that you have in the masters, the beginners of some of these thoughts, are as interested in it as it's progressed now as they were when it was in those beginning thoughts. That's why music continues to progress as it does. You will never ever lose interest in your child, ever. Your interest in what's going on and what's being learned and what's being known will always be there. You dovetail with the inner being of that child, but you add your own unique father interest to it, as Jerry adds his own unique husband interest and partner interest and co-creator interest to it, you see. There's no ending to that which you are. And that which you are presents itself into each physical life experience. And as you reemerge back into non-physical, you're more interested in life than you've ever been before. And you don't have to be born into a physical body in order to be participating. This is the thing that so many humans don't understand. You think that your dearly departed are departed, and they're not. They're not departed. They're departed from any negative emotion, and they're departed from any of the negative stuff that they picked up along their physical trail. But the things that they discovered in life that they put into their vortex, here's a way for you to hear this. So you heard us say that you are non-physical energy before you come into this physical body. You've got that. And you heard us say that in this body you are an extension of this non-physical energy. You've got that. And then you hear us say that as you live life, you add to this vortex, and that your inner being stands there in this vortex, having become all that you've asked for. Getting an idea of what kind of interest that is? So your inner being has been standing in this vortex. Now when you make your transition, you are that inner being standing in that vortex, as interested in everything that you put there as you ever were, and more, giving the impulses, giving the inspiration, cheering, not from the sidelines, but from right smack dab in the middle of all of it, you see. Talk about the true essence of something. And so you can't be a parent to a child without having all those wishes and all those desires to be in your vortex about that child. And so that's just who you are. That's who you are and who you will eternally be. That's why we are saying we are all so tied together. The separation is a man-made misunderstanding.
Wow, got that.